Highway 82, we don't have any fog. We'll get to that full weather forecast here in just a few minutes.
Plus, the search for a missing Benton City teen has ended, prompting authorities to begin the investigation into what led to his disappearance. And an unexpected vote took the Yakima City Council meeting by surprise Tuesday night, which ended in the termination of a high-ranked city official. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Stacy Lee, and it's Thursday. We're 4 days into 2024. We've had pretty gloomy weather, though, in the Columbia Basin.
Definitely.
Yakima Valley. It's been pretty ugly out there, but things are about to change. It's going to see some winter coming our way. It's about time. Let's take a look at our Skywatch radar. There you go. We're seeing some mixed precipitation coming across the Yakima Valley this morning. Out in the foothills, the Horse Heavens, we'll start seeing that rain mixed with snow. And we're going to continue to see very active weather as we go through the next couple of days. Here's our Legends Casino Skycam, 34 degrees, mostly clear skies through the Columbia Basin. Finally, that fog has just been here for weeks and weeks and weeks. Our feels like temp right now, 31 degrees. Grab that coat. It's a little bit chilly this morning. We do have a winter weather advisory that picks up today at 2 o'clock till 6 a.m. Friday. We're expecting up to 8 inches of snow across the Blue Mountains today above 4,000 feet, and that could impact travel on I-84 between Pendleton and La Grande. Definitely want to do trip check through Oregon if you're planning to drive that direction. We are seeing a little bit of fog in the area. Prosser experiencing that this morning, as well as the Kittitas Valley, so be careful in those areas. Here's your 7-day planning forecast, though. Check it out. We get very active with our weather. Rain mixed with snow, Walla Walla, Hermiston. Once those systems start, they are going to continue to pelt us for the next several days in a row, and we're expecting some heavy mountain snow going on this weekend. I'll get to all the details in your First Alert full weather forecast. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. After being reported missing several days ago, the body of 18-year-old Gage Mercado of Benton City has been found. Apple Valley News Now's Jill Sperling has the latest on the investigation.
Drones, horses, and concerned family members searched Horn Rapids Park north of Benton City Wednesday morning, following days of uncertainty around the whereabouts of Gage Mercado. The Benton City teen not heard from since attending a bonfire Saturday night, December 30th. That fire held very close to the Yakima River, where a body was found and quickly identified as the missing teens. Prior to the discovery, family members told Apple Valley News Now Mercado's phone had last pinged at 1:30 a.m. Sunday at the party site.
It sounds like he was reported about a day later, just based off of information that nobody really expected him to be anywhere. And so it wasn't until about a day that nobody had heard from him. And so then people became concerned and they called us.
Detectives are now working to find out more about what led to Mercado's death, conducting interviews with the people who attended the bonfire Saturday night.
Yesterday morning, the Benton County Sheriff's Office says there is not believed to be any risk to the community. The FBI is asking the public to help them find 32-year-old Denise Frank, an Indigenous mother of 3 who was reported missing out of Wapato near the end of last week. She was last seen Friday, December 29th in Wapato. FBI officials say Denise left behind her personal belongings, including her cell phone, which is reportedly not like her at all.
That causes us concern that most people will not be left without their belongings or their phone or their wallet. And so that makes us worried about her safety and why we're asking for the public's help in locating her.
At the request of investigators, Washington State Patrol issued its first ever missing Indigenous person alert to come out of Yakima County yesterday afternoon. They're asking anyone with information about Denise's whereabouts to call 911. The new year brought new changes for the Yakima City Council, which held its first meeting of 2024 Tuesday night. New members were sworn in and the council voted on the new mayor and assistant mayor. But Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us near the end of the meeting, things took an unexpected turn.
Just minutes before the meeting ended, Councilmember Matt Brown, who's now the assistant mayor, proposed a resolution to fire the city manager without cause, citing the need for change.
With the recent elections of November 7th, 4 of the 7 city council seats were up for grabs, and 3 of which are new council members here tonight, and 1 of which is a returning council member. And the council has determined that it is in the best interest of the city to seek a new city manager.
I reached out to now Mayor Patricia Byers, who told me, quote, "The result of the elections in November showed council people wanted to go in a different direction. I had conversations with him beforehand, and he agreed that a change in council often brings a change in city management." In the end, only 2 council members voted against firing Harrison, Danny Herrera and Janice Decio.
I am not in favor of this at all. I think Mr. Harrison has done a really great job in the 2 years that I've been here and the 3.5 years that he's had his position.
The motion passed 5-2, leaving Brown with a message for Harrison, who's held the position since September 2020.
You and I have talked in the past. This is just part of the world we live in with councils and change and different things. And so this is part of that, doing the business of what we need to get done next.
The city sent out a news release with a statement from Harrison saying, quote, "I have appreciated my time in Yakima and am proud of the service I provided to the city, working with our elected officials, employees, and community members. I wish the best for the new council." As part of Harrison's employment agreement, the city will have to pay out 6 months of his salary as severance, plus however much is equal to 6 months of health care coverage and any unused leave or benefits. It's unclear exactly how much that amounts to, but the council is already moving forward in looking for both an interim and a long-term city manager. They'll be talking about that at their next meeting on January 16th. Reporting from the Yakima newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
A historic milestone has been reached by the city of Richland, as the city will have women serving as both mayor and mayor pro tem simultaneously for the first time in city history. The last time a woman served as mayor of Richland was in 1958. At Tuesday's council meeting, Councilmember Teresa Richardson and Councilmember Sandra Kent were elected as mayor and mayor pro tem respectively. They are both slated to serve a 2-year term in those roles. The Richland City Clerk also swore in 5 council members during the meeting. We're only a few days away from the start of the state legislative session, and one of the major issues on the agenda this year is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence has been developing very quickly, and Congress has been slow to step in and regulate. And while House Bill 1934 would not actually regulate artificial intelligence, it would create a task force that would be asked to look at how AI could be misused in ways that impact safety, and how the government should or should not use it, and how to ensure AI avoids any racial equity issues, and to inform people what artificial intelligence is capable of, how it is being used, and what differentiates something created by a computer program rather than human users. Representative Skylar Rood spoke with Apple Valley News Now about how artificial intelligence could impact education.
I'm the Republican lead on the Education Committee, and so my interest is probably more in K-12, and not that it's my committee space, but higher ed too, like the chat and GPT. It is important to me that students are developing their actual writing skills and not relying on others to write for them. So I would hope that there would be protections, and ultimately we would develop protections to ensure that K-12 learning isn't negatively impacted by AI.
Lawmakers are looking at a proposal that puts new limits on digitally altered images, something that's become a bigger concern because of AI programs. That's coming up tonight on Apple Valley News Now. Stacey Lee returns now with a look at your First Alert weather forecast.
And so far so good this morning. Mostly clear skies in the Columbia Basin. Our temperatures on the chilly side. Our feels like temp 31 degrees. I'll give you the weekend outlook coming up here in just a few minutes.
Plus, despite popular opinion, the World Health Organization goes on record saying COVID-19 is still a pandemic.
Indulge in Legends Casino's seafood buffet experience. Discover a feast of premium crab legs, succulent shrimp, and an array of delectable ocean-inspired dishes. Elevate your evenings with Legends Seafood Buffet every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
George and Heidi use Verizon. Dan and Tina have Spectrum Mobile. With Verizon, George and Heidi pay way more for their 2 unlimited lines. With Spectrum, Dan and Tina get 1 unlimited mobile line for $29.99 and their second line free. And with Spectrum, there are no added taxes or hidden fees. Dan and Tina save big, over $1,500 in savings. So George and Heidi, what do you think?
We're switching to Spectrum.
Get 1 unlimited line for $29.99 and get your next line free. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
Did you know Ustria Health has 3 full-time board-certified orthopedic surgeons? Pain in your hands, knees, hips, or shoulders can reduce your quality of life. Orthopedic doctors repair bone, joint, ligament, and tendon injuries, which can relieve debilitating pain. Our surgeons treat tendinitis and carpal tunnel, repair broken bones and fractures, and replace painful, worn-out joints, putting you back in motion. Ustria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-268-7157. That's 1-800-268-7157 or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-268-7157 now.
Saturday. Week 18 of the NFL season begins on Apple Valley News Now. At 1:30, the Steelers battle the Ravens. Then at 5, it's the Texans and the Colts. It all starts at noon with a special edition of NFL Countdown, Saturday on Apple Valley News Now.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
If you thought the pandemic was over, you thought wrong. That's according to the World Health Organization. The organization's COVID-19 technical lead says the pandemic is in a different phase marked by reduced impact, but it's still considered a pandemic. That tracks with what's been happening in the U.S. More than 29,000 people were admitted to hospitals here the week before Christmas. That was up 17% from the week before. COVID-19 was responsible for more than 3% of the deaths in the U.S. that week. The WHO is urging people and governments not to be complacent. Meanwhile, a mask mandate is being put in place at all 11 New York City public hospitals. The NYC Health Department says that's because of the large number of COVID-19, flu, and RSV cases that they are seeing. If you want to live a long life, then you need to wear your hearing aids. That's according to a new study published Wednesday. The researchers looked at 13 years of data involving nearly 10,000 adults. Among those, more than 1,800 were identified as having hearing loss. The researchers found that those who regularly used hearing aids were 24% less likely to have an early death. That's compared to adults who never wore hearing aids. The study authors also say there is no difference in risk of death between those who never wore hearing aids and those who wore them occasionally. The study was published in the journal Lancet Healthy Longevity. The National Institute on Deafness and Other Communication Disorders estimates that around 30 million people ages 12 and older in the U.S. have hearing loss in both ears. Coming up, the first batch of what is expected to be hundreds of sealed court filings pertaining to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was made public Wednesday with some major names coming up. And Stacy Lee will return with a look at your first alert weather forecast.
It's our annual year-end inventory closeout sale at Mattress Depot USA.
This is your best opportunity of the year to save hundreds.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Magical moments. Snowy adventures. Warming up. Making memories. A winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
Does shopping for bladder control products have you feeling like you need someone to be on the lookout for you? Now you have your privacy back. We're HDIS, and we home deliver bladder control products directly to you. We're always on the lookout for you. You get free shipping in plain, unmarked boxes. So your private matters stay private. We understand how you feel. For over 35 years, we've delivered bladder control products to millions of Americans, just like you. You don't have to worry about incontinence any longer. Call now for your free product sample pack and over $45 in money-saving coupons. At HDIS, we're always in stock. We carry all brands in hundreds of styles and sizes. You'll be sure to get what you need, guaranteed.
For your free sample pack with your free catalog and $45 in money-saving coupons and free product samples, call 800-257-0683. That's 800-257-0683.
Don't wait. Get Black Friday prices all month long now at Mattress Depot USA. Plus, get 0% financing for 5 years or pay just $39 down and get 100 days same as cash.
Mattress Depot USA.
A visit to a Montana resort that has it all.
Different scenery and the wildlife, just the atmosphere, the foliage, it's all great.
The hot springs is the real draw.
It's Quinn's Hot Springs Resort. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Next live, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, Robert Herschbeck, and Monday, healthy tips to start your new year as Strive for More in 24 kicks off.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Happy Thursday, January 4th, fourth day of 2024, and we've got active weather headed our way. We're already seeing a few scattered showers down the Yakima Valley, across the foothills here as well, heading towards the Horse Heaven, Prosser area. And we could see some scattered showers a little bit later throughout the day in the Columbia Basin and Tri-Cities. But the active weather pattern, once it starts, it's going to be here for several days. 34 degrees, Legends Casino Skycam. Our feels like temp is 31. Grab a coat, a little bit chilly out there. Winds are light at 3 miles per hour. And our visibility, well, we have a freezing fog advisory in the Kittitas Valley till 8 o'clock this morning. Dense fog there. Not too bad in Yakima, 8 miles of visibility. A little bit limited here in Prosser as well, but everyone else doing pretty good as far as the fog goes this morning. Here's our active weather pattern coming into the Pacific Northwest. We're seeing rain on the west side, and we're already starting to see the snow showers falling in the Cascades all the way into Oregon, and that pattern will continue. It's an upper level system bringing in that moisture. Here's the pattern for today. Once it moves out of the Olympic Peninsula, it'll be concentrated over the Cascades and into the Blues, and some stray showers coming through the Columbia Basin. We'll have a little bit of a break, and that next system will start to move in off the coast, and then there's several in a row. It's like a 1, 2, 3, 4 punch. It'll continue to come as it starts through the weekend. There is that system moving through this morning. There's those showers coming down the lower Yakima Valley. Kind of hit or miss for Tri-Cities. We could see some showers in Hermiston around lunchtime, and then we'll start to see heavy mountain snow later today in the Blue Mountains and along the foothills of the Blues. Here you'll have heavy rain showers, so look for that active weather pattern to continue. Let's take a look at Friday morning. There is more snow in the Cascade Mountains. That will continue to flow on and off throughout the day, and then we see an even bigger band of snow showers coming on Saturday. That's going to be the big storm on Saturday, so if you have any travel plans, you're definitely going to want to plan ahead if you're heading across Snoqualmie Pass. Here's that winter weather advisory in place, heavy snow, and that weekend forecast. Again, if you're heading across any of the passes, be prepared for heavy mountain snow on Saturday. Once you get over to the west side, you'll see some rain showers, temperatures in the 40s. Lowering into the 30s overnight. For Portland, lots of rain there as well. Could have some active weather through the Columbia River Gorge. Be prepared. A lot of ice tends to occur on that stretch of the roadway. And if you're heading into the Spokane area, look at our temperatures there. 30s there with some active weather as well. Saturday, rain mixed with snow, and 80% chance of that. And we're looking at snow falling on Sunday. So again, want to be prepared for winter travel conditions moving into the weekend. Look for mostly cloudy skies skies with a slight chance of a stray shower. Most of our temps staying above average all day long through the area. Mostly cloudy with scattered showers tonight through the area. Temperatures just slightly above the freezing level. However, look for some mixed precip coming through the region. Here's your 7-day planning forecast. There is our 20% chance of showers today. We'll have that little bit of a break on Friday, and then get ready. Here it comes. We're going to see lots of showers and even some rain mixed with snow as we get into the first part of next week. So active weather, winter driving conditions across the passes, and well, be prepared for some wet weather next week. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. Now to the Jeffrey Epstein documents. The names of several people connected to the disgraced financier and sex offender were unsealed last night. The names in those documents include Bill Clinton and Prince Andrew. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert with the latest.
This morning, we're learning why attorneys wanted to depose former President Clinton in a now settled defamation case relating to allegations against sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and his one-time paramour, Ghislaine Maxwell.
We never knew why Clinton's deposition was sought. Now we do.
The first batch of previously sealed court documents related to Epstein were made public last night. One from a lawsuit filed by Virginia Giuffre. She's one of the women who say they were abused at Epstein's home in Florida, New York, and on a private Caribbean island. Giuffre's attorneys sought to depose Clinton as part of her 2016 lawsuit against Epstein's former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, because her attorneys argued Clinton is a key person who can provide information about his close relationship with Maxwell and Epstein and disapprove Maxwell's claims.
This is just the first of what's coming out about these names that have been associated with Jeffrey Epstein for a long time.
Giuffre made no allegations of wrongdoing against Clinton, contradicting a previous claim when she said she flew with Clinton and the Secret Service in a helicopter. According to Maxwell's unsealed deposition, she said the allegations that Clinton had dinner on Epstein's private island were 100% false.
Without Virginia Giuffre's lawsuit, this stuff wouldn't have been exchanged because it was relevant to the claims. And now the court has decided there's no good basis to keep this stuff under wraps from the public.
After Epstein's arrest in 2019, a Clinton spokesperson denied the former president knew about Epstein's crimes, denied Clinton was ever on Epstein's island, and said Clinton had not communicated with Epstein in more than a decade. Also in the documents, deposition from a witness who said she met Michael Jackson and magician David Copperfield during her time with Epstein. Epstein died in jail while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges in 2019. His death was ruled a suicide. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Maxwell was convicted of sex trafficking and other crimes for helping Epstein abuse teen girls. She's serving a 20-year sentence, which she's appealing. In a statement overnight, her lawyers said she has consistently and vehemently maintained her innocence. Other names mentioned in the documents include the late New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson and American investor Glenn Dubin. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, a Nevada judge was attacked by a defendant in a felony battery case who leaped over a defense table and the judge's bench, sparking a bloody brawl involving court officials and attorneys.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world. So much at stake at the start of every morning.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
And that's where we come in.
Good Morning America. We want you to know every morning.
We're right here, and we got you.
What if you could whiten your teeth by simply brushing your teeth? Now you can with Smile Actives, the teeth whitening breakthrough that safely gets your teeth white and keeps them white every day, just by brushing your teeth.
I never thought that whitening my teeth could be so easy. I just put the gel on the brush, the toothpaste on it, brush, and I can see my white teeth.
Simply add Smile Actives to any toothpaste and our patented PolyClean technology activates into a powerful microfoam that penetrates into the enamel surface to safely lift and remove stains.
You need a simple way to whiten your teeth. Without strips, without trays, without going to the dentist. And it was about time that a product was developed that you would be able to do that with just brushing.
And now Smile Actives is even better with new Pro Whitening Gel with 33% greater whitening power, clinically shown to whiten teeth faster, up to 8 shades. 100% of users saw whiter teeth. on food stains, coffee and wine stains, even on veneers, crowns, and dentures.
I eat the blueberries, I drink the coffee, and I know that Smile Actives will keep my teeth white every day.
If you could use something so easy like Smile Actives to take yellow teeth to white teeth, why wouldn't you?
Why spend hundreds of dollars for whitening treatments at the dentist when now you can whiten your teeth with new Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel every time you brush your teeth? Call or go to smileactives.com and for a limited time get new Pro Whitening Gel for just $24.95. Order in the next 5 minutes and buy one get one absolutely free for just $24.95. That's 2 for 1 and save 58%. We'll even include free shipping. Get your teeth whiter guaranteed or return it within 60 days for your money back.
I smile every day now.
The difference is literally night and day.
So now I'm always smiling, always choosing, because now my teeth are much whiter.
This offer is not available in stores, so call or click now before the special buy one get one free offer goes away.
Next ET, Hollywood's Party of the Year, Golden Globe secrets from host Joe Coy. Plus, the bear in his underwear are behind-the-scenes exclusive with Jeremy Allen White. Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
A special place on the scenic Clark Fork River. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
Now to the wild scene inside a Nevada courtroom. A man lunging over the bench to attack the judge. Here's ABC's Derek Dennis.
Disorder in this Las Vegas courtroom. 30-year-old Deobra Redden, unrestrained, lunges over the bench right at District Court Judge Mary Kay Holthus, pinning her against the wall, pummeling her on the floor, knocking the court's American flag over until court staff and sheriff's deputies fight him off. The chaos erupting moments after a relatively calm sentencing. Redden, a repeat offender, had pleaded guilty to attempted battery with substantial bodily harm, but he did not want to go to prison again.
I feel like I should be given a shot because I'm in a better place than I was.
Judge Holthus reminding Redden of his lengthy rap sheet.
3 felonies, a gross, 9 misdemeanors, multiple DVs. Got a lot going on, sir.
He still asked for leniency.
I feel that, I shouldn't be, sent to prison for a second time.
But the judge denied his request for probation, which apparently set Redden off.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court...
The judge was injured, her condition being monitored, and a courtroom officer was sent to the hospital. A statement from the court says, "We commend the heroic acts of the judge's staff, law enforcement, and all others who subdued the defendant. We are reviewing our protocols." In the aftermath, the judge was seen holding her head, but talking and able to walk away.
We're also told Redden has a history of mental illness. He now faces multiple new felony charges. A Florida man has been arrested for allegedly threatening to kill a member of Congress and his kids. NBC identified that congressman as Eric Swalwell of California, and Swalwell confirmed the report in a post on X. 72-year-old Michael Shapiro called the lawmaker's office on December 19th, leaving several voicemail messages with the threats. According to court records, in one of the messages he left, he said, quote, "I'm going to come after you and kill you." And in another voice message, he threatened to kill Swalwell's children. Shapiro has been released on bail and has an arraignment scheduled for January 24th. Coming up, a pair of explosions at a memorial for a prominent Iranian general killed more than 100 people and wounded more than 200, according to Iranian officials, as the Middle East remains on edge over Israel's war with Hamas.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Enjoy nature with McBee Mountain being a short hike away, and return to Anna Laurie.
where every sip of wine showcases Washington's beautiful terroir. Try one of Anna Laurie's house-made pizzas where creativity and unique flavors change seasonally to pair with their delicious full-bodied wines. Take in the views of Red Mountain and experience the true meaning of farm to table, showcasing the fruit of the land and their efforts. Make your reservation to visit Anna Laurie Winery today.
Uh-oh, you heard a screech outside at night, but you can't see what it is because there's not enough light. You need the Bionic Floodlight from Bell & Howell, the solar-powered motion-activated multi-directional floodlight that showers a super span of light right where you need it. Simply stake it in the yard or mount it anywhere around your home. The onboard solar panel absorbs the sun all day to energize a flood of light at night. No wires or installation frustration. Watch. The instant motion is detected. The Bionic Floodlight triggers 108 high-intensity LED bulbs on 3 separate panels. That instantly blasts an area of over 1,000 square feet with bright, penetrating light, then automatically shuts off after the motion stops. Each panel is fully adjustable to direct the right light to the right spot. The Bionic Floodlight is the versatile wireless, safety, security, and outdoor lifestyle light you'll love. And is from Bell & Howell, the brand name your family has trusted for over 100 years. No more arriving to a dark driveway or house at night. Place them in the ground to illuminate walkways and entryways. Add an evening accent light to your garden or mount it to keep unwanted critters away. Adjust the panels to light your deck and your food on the grill at the same time. Add light by the hot tub or pool without dangerous electrical wires. Host the nighttime neighborhood hoops games and enjoy the great outdoors at night, right out your back door or in the backyard. Move it anywhere for any reason and in any weather in any season. Best of all, it's backed by our exclusive Bell & Howell Bionic 10-year satisfaction guarantee. Get the Bionic Floodlight, and right now, it's yours for just $29.99, and the shipping is free. Order now, and we'll send a second Bionic Floodlight. Just pay a separate fee. And when you call, ask about the contractor's discount on the 4-light family pack. Get your Bionic Floodlight from Bell & Howell right now, and the shipping is free. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-248-8281 or go to BionicFloodlight.com. Again, that's 1-800-248-8281 or order online at BionicFloodlight.com.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
The Biden administration claims the terror group ISIS was likely behind the deadliest attack Iran has seen in more than 40 years after a pair of explosions killed over 100 people. And the Lebanese government is working to convince Hezbollah not to wage war against Israel following the attack as tensions continue to rise in the Middle East.
And we're tracking pretty mild weather today. However, that's going to change going towards the weekend. Get ready for lots of snow coming to the mountains around our area. All the details in my First Alert full weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Stacy Lee. And don't let this calm weather fool you because we're kind of in between systems. But once it starts, Riley, it's going to continue into next week. So finally, winter has arrived especially for the mountains. We're going to see lots of snow coming our way. Winter weather advisories coming our way. There's already been one issued this morning. Let's take a peek outside. Here's what's happening right now. I'm really keeping an eye on the roads between Yakima and Hanford. You guys know the ones, you Hanford workers, that back road there. We're tracking some freezing rain along that area, that stretch. I can't remember if they call it Highway 21, but again, we're going to see some slick roads between Yakima and Hanford this morning, so please drive safely out there. Most of that moisture, though, will dissipate before it makes it into the Columbia Basin, but there is a chance of some stray showers. 34 degrees on our Dust Devil Giza Stadium sky cam. Our feels like temp is 31. Grab that coat. You're going to need it today, a little bit on the chilly side. Here's that winter weather advisory that kicks in at 2 o'clock this afternoon for the Blue Mountain area, all the way in the northern blues from Dayton down into the southern Blue Mountains of Oregon, that I-84 corridor from Pendleton all the way into La Grande area, as well as Meacham. Those areas going to see some pretty intense snow later today, so we'll want to check those mountain pass reports. We're also tracking some dense fog in the Kittitas Valley. There's a freezing fog advisory there this morning. Looking pretty good through the area. A little bit of fog in the Prosser area this morning. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. There's that active weather I'm talking about. Once it starts, we're going to see lots of moisture coming through the area and maybe even some mixed precip in our lower elevations as we move into next week. So get ready for that active weather. If you have travel plans this weekend, do check your mountain passes. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. Now on to the latest on the Iranian blasts that killed dozens of people. Iranian officials say 2 bombs exploded and killed more than 100 people at a ceremony for a prominent Iranian general. It was the deadliest attack to target Iran in over 40 years. ABC's Aiki Joji has the latest.
The Biden administration saying it's likely ISIS behind the 2 explosions, triggering panic on the streets of a crowded Iranian city. The 2 powerful bombs detonating during a ceremony marking the death of Iran's former top general Qasem Soleimani, killed 4 years ago by a U.S. drone strike and considered the mastermind behind an Iranian-backed network of militia groups that included Hamas and Hezbollah. The scene outside a local hospital chaotic as the wounded are frantically lifted down from emergency vehicles and pushed into the hospital on stretchers. Officials say the bombs were placed in backpacks and detonated remotely, the attack killing scores of people and wounding over 200 more, the largest in that country in more than 40 years. Iranian officials immediately accusing Israel and, quote, criminal America of the attacks, saying Israel will pay the price. U.S. officials denying involvement.
I'm not going to speak for another nation. I would just tell you that we have no indication that Israel was in any way involved in this.
The attack comes just 1 day after officials say an Israeli drone targeted and killed a top Hamas official, Saleh al-Aruri, in Lebanon, raising fears of a wider war in the region.
We remain incredibly concerned, as we have been from the outset of this conflict, about the risk of the conflict spreading into other fronts.
Hezbollah's top leader calling this strike a serious and heinous crime that will not go without punishment. U.S. officials say they were not told in advance of the strike. Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah warned on Wednesday that if Israel wages war with Lebanon, the response would be limitless and, quote, "We are not scared of war." The Hezbollah chief went on to say a war will be extremely costly and that, quote, it would then be in Lebanon's interest to go to war to the very end. Lebanon's Foreign Minister Abdullah Bou Habib was in Washington Wednesday for emergency meetings at the White House. He says his government is working to convince Hezbollah not to wage war against Israel.
We don't want any escalation in the war. We don't want what's happening in the south to be spread to over Lebanon. We don't like a regional war because it's dangerous to everybody. Dangerous to Lebanon, dangerous to Israel, and to the countries surrounding Israel.
This comes amid a deadly escalation between Israel and Hezbollah since the October 7th attack and the ensuing war between Israel and Hamas that has prompted fears of a spillover into a wider regional conflict. Agreeing on a problem doesn't mean agreeing on a solution. The crisis at the southern border is making that clear as recent efforts to address it. A GOP visit to Eagle Pass, Texas yesterday is emphasizing that division. House Republicans are pushing H.R. 2, a bill to codify some Trump-era border policies. The White House says it wants more funding for Border Patrol agents and immigration judges. Senate negotiators are working on bipartisan changes to asylum laws and parole policies. They're also considering more power for expulsions and border shutdowns.
My understanding is that H.R. 2 doesn't have Democratic votes in the House or in the Senate. Ultimately, we're going to work out a bill, if we're successful, that will have Republican and Democratic votes.
Many House Republicans say they'll only back H.R. 2 or a bill like it, even though it's likely doomed. Stacey Lee returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
And so far, so good this morning, at least in the Tri-Cities area. Traffic moving along nicely. It is a little chilly, though, 34 degrees with a feels-like temp of 31. Full weather forecast is on the way.
Plus, a darting sensation headlined a world championship like no other, making the finals at only 16 years old.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Thousands of people are switching to Spectrum Internet. Let's see why.
We count on Spectrum Internet and the advanced Wi-Fi to always keep us connected and protected.
It's so reliable and fast.
Switch to 300 megabit Spectrum Internet with 99.9% reliability for $49.99 a month with no added taxes or fees and no contracts, plus free advanced Wi-Fi. Call 833-402-4999 or scan to call.
Ever since we switched to Spectrum Internet, our daughter's curiosity has a new spark.
Now we're saving a ton.
Since Spectrum Internet is fast and reliable, we don't worry about interruptions. Amazing!
Switch to super fast Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds for $49.99 a month with no added taxes or fees, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and no data caps. What are you waiting for? Call 833-402-4999 or scan to call.
Call now.
Okay, thanks for visiting. Bye, Alice.
I'm stuck.
Not funny anymore.
Yes, it is. Wait, guys. The Mesozoic times are boring and have zero rad attractions. Triple play is fun. I want to stay here.
Of course you can stay. Oh, fantastic. We won't regret this.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, like bowling, Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park, and a brand new zip line ride, all attached to a cozy hotel.
She's on the logo already. Marketers are the worst.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
A visit to a Montana resort that has it all.
Different scenery and the wildlife, just the atmosphere, the foliage, it's all great.
The hot springs is the real draw.
It's Quinn's Hot Springs Resort. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6, Tuesday.
Next live, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, Robert Herjavec, and Monday, healthy tips to start your new year as Strive for More in 24 kicks off.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Well, darts isn't usually a sport that makes international headlines, but the performance of one British teenager is hard to ignore.
Right, anything popular at a pub. At just 16 years old, Luke Littler is taking the world of darts by storm. He doesn't look 16. He burst on the scene at the World Championship. It kicked off in London in December and is dominating the competition. Now, he took out former champion Rob Cross with ease on Tuesday night to secure his place in Wednesday night's final North London Alexandria Place, as synonymous with darts as Wimbledon is with tennis. And again, anything popular at a pub, I'm sure is fun in London.
Entirely. So he's the youngest ever player to feature in a semifinal, but his remarkable run ended in last night's final against world number 3, Luke Humphries. Although in an interview after his loss, he had 2 words for his future opponents: be scared. Oh,
I was watching some video on him last night. He was shooting darts when he was just a little guy. Like, they had the dartboard, and anyway, he's been practicing his whole life for this.
I'm not very good at darts.
I like darts. It's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I'm proficient, though.
No, I do have a dartboard, though, in my garage, so maybe I'll go play today.
There you go.
All right, well, I'll have your first alert weather forecast coming up here in just a few minutes.
And if you've ever been worried about your cell phone dying at the worst possible time, we'll hear from experts about a few ways to keep your battery lasting longer. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
It's so wild. Like, I wrote a book.
2 years after losing our beloved friend and colleague, Chesley Christ, her mother talks about carrying out her final wish.
These are her own words.
Next extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Let's get scratching. Let's get scratching.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere to fix that? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable lithium-ion power plant. So fast, so strong, and so convenient. It's like putting the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Look, you can inflate all 4 tires of your car on a single charge, or inflate a bag full of soccer balls at practice. Bullseye Pro is so advanced, it has a built-in smart pressure digital sensor that gauges and automatically stops when the set tire pressure is reached. Plus, it can be 100% hands-free. You simply set the target pressure and walk away, keeping you out of harm's way. Bullseye Pro is lightweight, durable, and powerful enough to inflate this massive monster truck tire. Plus, it has 4 ultra-bright LED lights to safely inflate at night. Bullseye Pro comes with 3 custom air nozzles on board, so you can easily inflate pool toys, exercise balls, and more. Forget driving to the gas station. Bullseye Pro is your anywhere, anytime inflation station. Call or go online now and get the complete Bullseye Pro inflation system, all for the factory direct price of just $79.99. It comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free. That's right, free shipping. But to really inflate this offer, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. You get it all. An incredible value for one low price. Call or go online to order now.
To order, call 1-800-354-2157 or go to getbullseyepro.com. So call 1-800-354-2157. That's 1-800-354-2157 or order online at getbullseyepro.com. Order now.
Saturday, Week 18 of the NFL season begins on Apple Valley News Now. At 1:30, the Steelers battle the Ravens. Then at 5, it's the Texans and the Colts. It all starts at noon with a special edition of NFL Countdown, Saturday on Apple Valley News Now.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And good Thursday morning, and Riley and I agreed we can still say Happy New Year for the rest of the week through tomorrow. All right, let's take a look at our Skywatch radar. We're keeping an eye on this active precip coming down the Yakima Valley between Yakima and Hanford. Those back roads that a lot of those Hanford workers use could see some slick conditions this morning. Plus, we're tracking heavy fog in the Kittitas Valley this morning as well. 34 degrees right now, our Legends Casino Skycam. Clear skies in the Columbia Basin. Traffic moving along nicely. Our feels like temp is 31. Grab your coat. You're going to need it. Now, the freezing fog advisory is in place in the Kittitas Valley till 8 o'clock this morning. We have reduced visibility there. Yakima, okay. We're seeing a little bit of fog in the Prosser area. The rest of the region looking good this morning so far. Radar and satellite, though, look at all of that. We've got a lot headed our direction. That first big wave of a series of systems has moved in to the west side of the state, the Olympic Peninsula, just starting to make its way through the Kittitas Valley and into the foothills of east slopes of the Cascades. Upper level system will continue to track through the region. Here's that heavy snowfall. We'll see rain showers all the way down into the Cascade Crest down into California. And as it makes its way to the east, we're going to even see some active weather up towards the Spokane area. So very active weather. Here's those snow showers beginning on the I-90 corridor. Be aware of that. Check the Mountain Pass report if you're traveling today through the region. Scattered showers from Ellensburg into the Hermiston area, Heppner, and then we'll start to see the snow showers developing a little bit later along the foothills of the Blues. Heavy rain showers through the region with with a chance of some scattered precipitation through the Columbia Basin. A little bit of a break Friday morning. Then we'll see those clouds developing and more active weather through the day. Here comes the big system we're really keeping an eye. We'll probably have some winter weather advisories across the Cascade Mountains through the weekend. This is overnight Friday into Saturday. Heavy snowfall will continue, and then we'll see a series of active weather moving through the area. Here's that winter weather advisory for the Blue Mountains today, kicking in at 2 o'clock through 6 a.m. Friday. We're expecting up to 8 inches of snow above 4,000 feet, but it will impact that Pendleton I-84 corridor into Idaho this weekend. Weekend forecast for travel: expect wet conditions and heavy snow across the Cascade Mountains this weekend. If you're going to the Portland area, expect some winter weather, heavy rain through the Columbia River Gorge, and expect those showers into the Portland area. And if you're traveling to the north into the Spokane region, look for rain mixed with snow and potential snowflakes Friday, Saturday into Sunday. They're expecting about 2 inches of snow through the weekend, so a lot going on there. Here's what it looks like the next couple of hours this morning. Cloudy skies, and we'll start to see some precip developing later, potentially in the area. Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, temperatures getting close to 40 degrees 9 a.m. So the only good news we have here is our temperatures are staying above normal as we head into the weekend. We'll see 40 degrees up till 9 a.m. in Walla Walla. And our temperatures around the area today staying in the mid to upper 40s. I'll have your 7-day planning forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. With cell phones such a part of our everyday lives, there's always a worry that your phone will run out of power. There are ways to help keep your phone charged and ready to go. ABC's Rena Roy has more.
Losing power on your phone is always a worry, but Consumer Reports has some tips on how you can make your phone battery last longer on a single charge. First, consider your phone's display.
Phones have big, beautiful screens on them now, right? Full color screens, and those screens command an awful lot of power. You can go into the settings and lower the brightness on the phone.
You can also adjust the amount of time your phone stays on before it goes into sleep mode.
So you can go into the settings and adjust it so that your phone goes to sleep after 30 seconds rather than waiting a minute or a minute and a half.
Another way to save power is to turn off some of the background activity that happens on your phone, like your apps.
Social media apps like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, those will continually refresh throughout the day. But most people don't need that information to be updated every half hour, every hour in the course of their day. So you can actually go into the settings and adjust them so that those notifications or those updates are not happening on that continual basis.
Switching to low power mode will help save battery power, keep your phone protected from extreme heat or cold, which adds stress on the battery, and try to avoid waiting until you're almost out of power to charge your phone.
You want to keep them charged sort of between 20 and 80% for as long as you can. That's the ideal stretch to be in.
Experts say charging your phone overnight won't harm the battery.
That is not an issue. The phones these days are designed to recognize when they get to that 100% and to stop the charge there.
And if you think you need a new battery, replacing it is an option.
When you get to the point where you're starting to kind of worry about, is my battery going to make it through the course of a normal day? Go and take a look at the cost of the replacement for you.
Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, what can happen when you stop taking weight loss medication?
My weight is actually about 15 to 20 pounds higher now than it was before I ever even started Wegovy.
Artemis Bayandor was having difficulty shedding the tough-to-lose baby weight, and after talking to her doctor, started taking Wegovy in August 2021, losing 15 pounds over 6 months. But once her manufacturer's coupon ran out, she had to stop because her insurance wouldn't cover it.
I gained the 15 pounds back within the next 6 months of being off of Wegovy. And since then, I probably gained another 15 pounds.
If you stop taking a medicine that's working on your weight's going to start to come back.
And we'll have much more on stopping weight loss medication coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
We're traveling all across America
talking to people about their hearts. Who wants to talk about their heart? How's the heart? How's your heart? How's your heart?
It's good.
Is it?
I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
Good.
You sure?
I think so.
How do you know? It doesn't come with a manual and you're like, oh, I got the 20,000 day checkup, right? Let me show you something. Put 2 fingers right on those pads. Look at that. That's your heart.
That is pretty awesome.
With KardioMobile, you can take a medical-grade EKG in just 30 seconds from anywhere. KardioMobile is proven to detect atrial fibrillation, one of the leading causes of stroke. And it's the only personal EKG that's FDA cleared to detect normal heart rhythm, bradycardia, and tachycardia.
How much do you think this costs?
Probably in the hundreds.
$79.
Oh, wow.
That could be cheaper than a tank of gas.
This year, make a resolution to take care of your heart. Don't wait. Get KardioMobile today for just $79 at Kardia.com or Amazon.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:53. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in just a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. After being reported missing several days ago, the body of 18-year-old Gage Mercado of Benton City has been found. The search began at Mercado's last known location at a bonfire in the Horn Rapids Park area with the Benton Franklin Sheriff's Search and Rescue Team. He was first reported missing when he didn't return home following a party near the Yakima River Saturday night. Authorities say Mercado's body was discovered in the river near the park around 11:30 yesterday morning. Detectives do not believe there is any risk to the public. The FBI is asking the public to help them find 32-year-old Denise Frank, an Indigenous mother of 3 who was reported missing out of Wapato near the end of last week. She was last seen Friday, December 29th in Wapato. FBI officials say Denise left behind her personal belongings, including her cell phone. Washington State Patrol issued its first ever missing Indigenous person alert to come out of Yakima County yesterday afternoon. They're asking anyone with information to call 911. The Yakima City Council held its first meeting of 2024 Tuesday night, and near the end, the meeting took an unexpected turn. As 3 newly elected and 1 re-elected council member were sworn in, voting for the new leadership followed, with Patricia Byers and Matt Brown voted in as mayor and assistant mayor, respectively. But just before the meeting adjourned, Brown announced that city manager Bob Harrison was fired, and by a vote of 5-2, Harrison's contract was terminated without cause. A historic milestone has been reached by the city of Richland, as the city will have women serving as both mayor and mayor pro tem simultaneously for the first time in city history. The last time a woman served as mayor of Richland was in 1958. At Tuesday's council meeting, Councilmember Teresa Richardson and Councilmember Sandra Kent were elected as mayor and mayor pro tem respectively. They're both slated to serve a 2-year term in those roles. We're only a few days away from the start of the state legislative session, and one of the major issues on the agenda this year is artificial intelligence. House Bill 1934 would create an over 40-member task force to look at how artificial intelligence is developing and come up with suggestions for state regulation. The task force would be asked to hold its first meeting by the end of 2024, create an interim report in 2025, and have a final report finished by the beginning of June 2027.
And we're watching our Skywatch radar this morning. Active weather near Yakima and in the Kittitas Valley. We have a fog and freezing fog advisory in the Kittitas Valley with low visibility. And we're seeing some mixed precipitation between Yakima and Hanford, especially on those back roads this morning. Active weather, of course, down the Columbia River Gorge as well. We could see some scattered showers headed our directions a little bit later. We have a winter weather advisory in place for the Blue Mountains today, from Dayton all the way into the southern blues of Oregon. That I-84 corridor impacted. We could see anywhere up to 8 inches of snow above the 4,000-foot level. So again, just be aware of that winter weather advisory today in the foothills of the Blues and the Blue Mountains today. Let's take a look at our active weather pattern. We have a chance of showers through the area today. Overcast, little break between systems on Friday. We'll see showers on Saturday, and then we get really active as we get into the first part of next week. Late Sunday into Monday, we'll see the rain mixed with snow as our temperatures will start to drop in the overnight area and stay below that freezing level. Columbia Basin Tri-Cities, look for active weather
on Saturday with mostly rain showers in our area. We could see some sun breaks on Sunday. That's good news. And then as we start the second week of 2024, we'll see active weather with a chance of rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, with mixed precip possible as well. Walla Walla looking very active. We could see that rain mixed with snow there. Riley?
Thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next, and your local news is back at 5.